Hey everyone, and welcome to the club, and welcome to another Weekend Fusion Challenge. Today I'm going to be combining Deadpool with Batman. So let's get started with the eyes. With the left eye, I'm going to draw the top eyelid. Starting from the outside, I'm just going to curve down and in. Curving across, and then down. From here, I just want to curve up the inner part of the eye, just for a little frown line. Just curving that up. Now for the bottom of the eye, I want to go over to the left side, step over towards the right, so there's a little overlap, curve down, and then back in towards the inside. Almost like a half circle. Curving up and in. We're going to do the same thing on the right side. We're going to start with a little frown line first. Lining up the tops. Curve down. Now we're going to curve the upper eyelid. Going up and out towards the right. Now we're going to draw in the bottom of the eye. So from the inside, we'll curve down. And we're going to pull that up underneath the eyelid. From here, let's go ahead and draw on the side of the face. So beside each eye, I'm just going to move over to the side and draw a point. On the right, I'll draw a point, making sure they're lined up at the same height. We're going to curve the bottom of the chin. Now we're going to bring the chin down to here. So that's almost like a half circle. Curving down towards the middle. And then we'll curve up and blend up towards the right side. From here, let's draw on the top of the head. Now I'm going to give him bat ears. So we're going to go all the way up to the top with a nice smooth curve going all the way up. It doesn't matter how long you go, it's actually better if it looks pretty long. We're going to go to the right side and draw the same thing. So we're going to line up the tops. I'm going to pull the pen towards me. And then pull it in and just blend in with the side of the head. From here, let's draw the inside part of the ears. So from here, I'm going to curve down the insides to the top of the head. So I'm going to draw the top of the head to about here. So on the left side, I'm going to curve down to about there. On the right, we'll curve in the opposite direction to the same height as we have on the left. Now we're going to just overlap the ears with a curve for the top of the head. So just overlapping just a little bit, we'll curve across and then over towards the right side. From here, let's draw the little separations for the eyes. So from the center, we're going to move over towards the left just a little bit and curve up above the left eye. So curving down and then to right about there. We'll do the same thing on the right side, starting at the same height, leaving a little gap in the middle. We'll curve up and out. From here, we're going to curve down with a sharp turn to the side of the head on both sides. Now we're going to go to the bottom of the eye. Now we're going to do the same thing, just flipped over. So we're going to curve down and underneath the left eye to right about there. And then we'll curve down and out towards the right eye. We're going to curve up the sides. So I'm going to curve up and just blend in with the side of the head. Do the same thing on the right side. Now we want to add a little bit of stitching on top. So from this point, I'm going to curve up towards the top of the head. Do that on both sides. And we're going to do the same with the bottom points. Curve down and in. We're going to add one little frown line in the center. So in the middle here, I just want to curve up and over towards the left. We're going to add a little bit of a nose bump here as well. So right here in between these two lines, just draw a little curve across like that. Now with the character's pose, I'm going to have him sort of jumping in the air with the arms out holding swords. So we start by drawing in the body first, but in the center here we're going to draw in the cape, just the color of the cape. So from the center we're going to curve out and underneath the chin. So in the middle, we're going to go out to the side of the head, curve down and right up and towards the middle. Go and do the same thing on the right side, so curving down and out towards the right. Want to add a little bit of wrinkling here, so underneath the chin, just going to curve down and out on both sides. Let's get into the body. So I'm going to draw the waistline pretty short. So on the left side here, underneath this cape, I'm going to curve down and out. On the right, we'll do the same thing. So the body sort of pinches out this way. These 2 points are going to connect for the bottom of the belt, but in the center here, I have this big, huge belt buckle. So we start by drawing a circle, starting from the top, coming around, and back up to the top. We're going to give him Deadpool's belt buckle here. So in the center here, I'm going to leave a gap at the top and the bottom. I'm going to draw two parallel lines in the middle, just like that. From the top to bottom, we're just going to create a half circle, just on the inside of the outer edge of the circle that we just created, on both sides. Now let's draw on the eyes. So we're just going to draw an angled line on the left, and then connect the 2 points with a curve at the bottom. Do the same thing on the right side. So an angled line, and then curve along the bottom. Now we can curve in the bottom of the belt buckle. So from the left side, we're going to curve down and towards the bottom edge of the belt buckle. And same on the right. Now we want to draw the top of the belt. So we're going to go up on the waist and curve across behind the belt buckle. Do the same thing on the right side. We're going to add some little pouches along this belt. So from the top, we're going to curve out. Do that twice on either side. Now we want to show a little bit of the flap on top. So we're just going to draw a curve along the top edge. Just like so. Let's give him Batman's symbol in the center here. So we're going to draw that bat symbol here. So we start with the ears first. We start with a U shape. From here we're going to take those 2 points and come straight down with 2 short lines. Now we're going to curve up towards the top of the wing. Going up just underneath the cape. Now we're going to curve down the wing. So from the top on the left, we're going to curve down and out towards the side of the body. Now we're going to curve the first part of the wing. We're going to curve up and then down. Up and then down. Now these 2 points are going to curve up and then down towards the center. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, go up, come down the middle, and right on top of that belt buckle. Do the same thing on the right side. So curving up and then down. And Deadpool's got this little zipper in the center here. So from the top of the head of the bat, go right up in between the cape. Let's add some separations along the waist. So right here on the left side, we're going to curve across the body and come straight down. On the right, we'll do the same thing. So curving underneath that wing and then coming straight down. Now let's add in the legs. So I'm going to have the legs bent. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the lower torso first. So underneath this belt buckle, I'm just going to draw a curve for the lower torso, just going across like that. From the hip on the left, I want to curve the upper leg coming in. So from here, I'm going to curve out and then come down towards the knee. I'm just going to pull that in to right about there. From this point in the lower torso, I'm just going to move over towards the right and just draw a curve across, just to separate the thigh and the calf. We're going to draw on the bottom of the foot. So the foot's going to be pointing downwards. So from underneath this leg, I'm going to curve down, and then I'm going to go back up, and I'm going to pull this in underneath the lower torso. So now it looks like the leg is bent, and the foot's coming down this way. Let's add in the leg strap. So across this thigh, I'm going to curve across in an angle. We draw that twice. So there's a leg strap there. We're going to add a little pouch on the side. So up here, we're going to draw a straight line going out. We'll draw one more down here. We'll connect those 2 points with a curve, working with the curve of the leg. Now from here, let's draw in some foot detail. So across the toe, I'm just going to draw a toe cap, just a curve like that. And then along this line here, we're just going to double it up to thicken up the sole of the boot. Now here it's got like a boot line. So up here, from this point, we're going to move over towards the left and curve underneath, just to separate the boot from the leg. Let's do the same thing on this side. So we're going to start with the inside first. Now I'm going to have the leg bent a little bit more on this side, so you're not going to see the calf. So right underneath the lower torso, I'm going to curve out towards the knee. I'm going to pull this back up towards the hip. Now let's layer in the foot underneath. So we're going to take that foot, flip it over under here. So underneath this leg, I'm going to curve down to the toe and pull that back up. We'll separate the toe with a toe cap, and then we'll thicken up the sole on the inside part of the leg. Let's draw the leg strap here. So right along, halfway along the leg, we're going to go across with a curve, and then we'll double that up. Let's add the pouch on the side. So up above here, we're going to draw a straight line coming out, and then below as well, and then we're going to connect those 2 points with a curve. Let's continue this body patch down on the legs. So right down here, we're going to curve across, and then pull that up to the side of the leg. Over here, we'll do the same thing. So curving down, and curving to the side of the leg there. Now let's get into the arms. So I'm going to draw the arms coming out this way, holding 2 swords coming down this way. So we're going to start with the left one first. We're going to start with the bottom part of the arm. So the armpit will start right about here. We're going to curve out towards the hand. From here, I'm going to curve the thumb. Now we're going to round the thumb to the finger area. So doing like a half circle like that. From here, we're going to curve the first finger. So curling around and in. Now we're going to overlap the fingers. Coming towards the top of the finger here, curve across like that. We do that one more time. Curving across and then in towards the wrist, so you can see that this point and that point are lined up. From here, I'm going to curve in behind the head. Let's add some detail along this arm. So up here on the upper arm, we're just going to draw a curve just to separate the arm. And then up here, we're going to draw a wrist strap. From the top part of the wrist to the bottom, we're going to curve. We're going to draw that twice across like that. Now let's get into the sword. So we're going to start with the hilt of the sword first. So from the finger to the thumb, we're going to draw a straight angled line going across like that. Now from here, I want to draw two short lines coming down just to show a little bit of perspective on the sword hilt. Connect those 2 points, straight line going across. Now these two corners are going to come in towards the background. So from here, I'm going to come down, and on the right we'll do the same thing. So they're coming in towards each other. Now these 2 points are going to connect, but we want to draw the sword first. So in the middle, between here and here, we're going to move up and just draw a short line going across. Now from this point, now you can see that the sword angle is going to be sort of this way. I'm going to take this point, draw a straight angled line coming down to the tip of the sword. You can draw this any length you want. From the opposite side, I'm going to curve in towards that point, going out and then curving to a point. Now these 2 points can go in behind the sword, so just connecting them in behind. Let's draw the back end of the sword here, the handle. So behind this hand, we're going to go up with 2 short lines from that same angle of the sword. Connect those 2 points with a curve. And then in here, I just want to draw a little X, a curved X, going across like that. Okay, so we got the sword and the arm. Let's go to the right side and do the exact same thing. We're going to flip this over. Starting from the armpit, we're going to curve out, making sure that they're the same length. Now we're going to round out the thumb, curving around like that. Let's draw the separation between the thumb and the finger, going around like that. Now from here, I'm going to curve up and over towards the left. We're going to do an overlap, draw the second finger. Now the third finger is going to go around and towards the wrist, and I want to line up the wrist lines from the bottom to the top. So above this finger, we're going to curve around and just come up on top like that. From here, I'm just going to curve this in behind the head. Let's go ahead and add the wrist strap. From that point to that point, we're going to connect them with a curve. We'll draw that twice. And then the separation for the upper arm up here. Now we're going to draw on the sword. Now I want to try to make sure that the angles are the same. So this angle is coming down this way. This one's going to come down this way on the hilt. So going across like that. Draw 2 short lines from the ends. And then we'll connect that with a straight line. Now we're going to angle those 2 points going in towards the background. Going in like that. Now for the sword, right here, we're going to go up here. Draw a short straight line across. We're going to draw that straight line first. So now this is on the inside part of the body, so we're going to draw that straight line on the inside on the right side. So from here, draw a straight angled line coming down. Want to see if that they're the same length. Go to the outside, go out, and then just start to bend it in towards that point. Take those 2 points and connect them in behind the sword there. Let's go up and draw the back end of the sword. So again, like here, we're going to just follow that same line, 2 short lines, connect it with a curve, and then we'll draw that curved X back up here. You can actually add one up here as well in the handle, up in between the finger and the hilt. Just like that. The final thing is the cape. So the cape goes in behind the head, behind the arms. We're going to curve them out on the sides here. So beside this hand, we're just going to curve around like that. On the right side, we'll do the same thing. So from the finger, we'll curve down. Now we're going to curve the first curve going in behind the cape. So from this point, it's going to curve down to right about here. But I have to go in behind the sword. Curve down like that. On the right side, we'll do the same thing. So curving in behind the sword, coming down to about the same height. Now we're going to curve in behind the legs. Curve in behind there, and there. And then in here, I'm just going to draw a curved point. Coming down like that. Up on the right side. And that's pretty much it. There's our Deadpool and Batman fusion. Let us know what you think we should call this character in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.